Welcome to She Sells Ottawa, your go-to podcast for all things real estate and beyond. Featuring your hosts, Sonia Kreitz, Tamara Velati, Corey Kugler, and Tara Kugler. Fun fact, we're not just colleagues who work on different teams, we're amazing friends with a passion for real estate and uplifting our local Ottawa community. Join us for each episode as we dive into the local market trends, share insider tips, and provide invaluable insights. Whether you're a seasoned investor or a first-time homebuyer, She Sells Ottawa is your one-stop shop for useful takeaways and entertaining conversations. So grab your coffee and get ready to be inspired. Welcome to another episode of She Sells Ottawa. In today's episode, we're going to be discussing what we're seeing in the current market, all the buzz around capital gains, and how they might affect you. We're also going to zero in on last week's sales in Kanata, and later we're going to dive into the do's and don'ts of home showings for both buyers and sellers. And of course, we're excited to feature a fantastic local business we had the pleasure of visiting. So let's kick this episode off. I'm one of your hosts, Tara Kugler with Right at Home Realty.
Hi, and I'm Tamara Velati with EXP.
And hello, I'm Sonia Kreitz with Right at Home Realty and part of Ottawa Property Gals.
Hi, I'm Corey Kugler, and Tara Kugler and myself are the Kugler team with Right at Home Realty.
Welcome, everybody. It's been a busy week. Lots of showings are happening. We're going to dive into showing etiquette later in our tips and takeaway segment. But first, who here, by show of hands, has had a funny showing story?
Oh, yes.
Oh
yeah.
Yeah.
How many?
How about a funny showing story that involves a cat?
Oh God, constant.
All of us.
Okay, and so we all have our hands up. Let's set the scene. You've booked an appointment to show a home, and the showing instructions say, don't let cat out. Automatically, you know that this is not going to go smoothly.
So I have a funny cat story. So imagine, you're in the house, you're not supposed to let the cat out, and we don't see the cat, but we go to the backyard, we're checking things out, make sure the patio door is closed, go back inside, close the patio door, looking around a little bit, and then all of a sudden I see the cat outside the patio door.
Oh no.
So I'm like, oh my God, somehow the cat got out.
Oh, no.
So I'm trying to lure it back inside, get it in, everything's okay. So we leave, lock everything up. Anyway, I get a call later from the listing agent.
Oh no.
And the seller was not too happy. Apparently, there was a bit of a mess in their home, a few things knocked over. It wasn't their cat. It was their neighbor's cat.
Oh no.
So their own cat was not too happy. Someone had come in on their domain. And that was not good.
No.
Oh my God, I can just
that's
imagine.
hilarious.
That's so funny.
yeah.
Yeah. So ladies, what's going on in the market this week? What have you been seeing? What's happening? What's the scoop?
Yeah, lots of multiple offers, actually. I've been seeing a few things with our own listings, but also with others.
Yeah, we had a multiple offer situation last week. Corey and I did. We were just two of us in a multiple offer situation.
Yeah, so this week we were in a multiple offer situation, and there were just two of us competing, and it ended up coming down to the length of conditions. That was what set us apart. Our offer was actually stronger in terms of money, but the other offer was $25,000 less than ours, but they ended up winning. Wow. So it goes to show, like in situations and offers, it's not always the price. There are other factors that make it more attractive for the seller. Right, Tara?
Yeah, no, definitely. It was definitely kind of a surprise, but it just does go to show you that it's not about the price every time when making an offer. Some people got creative. They understood that the seller was looking for a shorter conditional period, which ended up clinching it for them. So yeah, that was interesting. Definitely a learning experience for sure.
Yeah, and it would have been nice maybe to hear from the listing agent that was such an important thing, that the length of the conditions was such an important thing.
I know how they can't divulge the details of the offer, but to be, maybe a tip that was very important to them and not letting us know all the details, but maybe that this particular factor was definitely one of the more important ones, would have helped us figure that out.
Potentially an open offer might have been good in that situation.
It could have been.
I think that would have been a really great situation, yeah.
Yeah.
We had a listing out in the country, outside of Carleton Place, and beautiful property. we listed it, and actually we had a few local agents that thought we listed it just at the right price or even a little high compared to the comparables, but it was a really hard home to price because it had all these other great features. So we did get a lot of interest, tons of calls. Anyway, we got an offer right away within the second day. We did have a 24-hour irrevocable, so spent that time trying to make sure we could try and get another offer or two. We ended up with 5.
Excellent.
So it was fantastic, and with conditions. So we did have a conditional period.
That's so good.
And we ended up getting 40K over asking.
Wow.
So that was exciting.
That's great.
Okay, so 5 offers, 40K over asking. Amazing.
That's a win for your sellers for sure. They must have been thrilled.
Yeah.
We're definitely seeing a lot of multiple offers happening, a lot of pricing strategies where the price of homes are listing at really good prices. Some are being set up so that you're opening up the public to view the home for 5 to 6 days, and then you have an offer date set.
Yes.
So we've been watching the markets, we've been watching what's happening, and just to give our listeners an idea of how many offers are coming in and how much things are going over asking price. We're looking at what's happening. This amazing property came up. This attracted all of us this week. This beautiful Manitic waterfront property that is rare, and when they come up, they go quite quickly. This was a 1970 high ranch that was listed at $769,900. They received 10 offers on this property, and the final sale ended up being at $850,000, which was $80K over asking price.
And we were actually, Tara and I were actually at that property.
Yeah.
We saw it in person, and we feel that the 850 is very well justified. So, so good for them.
So speaking of sales, I did a little bit of research in Kanata, and I looked up the sales over the past week to see what was going on there. And yeah, there's a little bit going on, and it was kind of interesting. So there were 14 detached homes that sold last week in Kanata. Now I'm looking between 9001 and 9009. So for anyone who understands that, that's just Kanata.
Those are the areas.
Those are the areas.
Those are the neighborhoods in Kanata.
Realtors would know.
Realtors will know. So there were 14 detached homes that sold last week. And of those, 9 went for over asking price. Yeah, and 5 went for under asking. Okay, so I found that interesting. 2 townhomes sold in Kanata, 1 for over and 1 for under asking. And 6 condos also sold last week. 3 went for under asking, 2 for asking price, and 1 for over asking. So I've noticed that the ones that went for the under asking were on the market for a lot longer and had several price reductions. So they obviously started very high and ended up chasing the market down, which tends to take a little bit longer. And the ones that sold for over ask were only on the market for a few days. So they were priced right and attracted the buyer. So I found that quite interesting.
Again, as we covered another time, pricing is so essential in the first place.
Presentation too.
And
They probably
presentation.
showed better.
Yeah.
There's a lot of
They
factors
had
there.
some paint.
Well, those are interesting
fresh
statistics. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it could be very well that the houses that went under asking value were priced right at the time. It's just they weren't presented properly.
True.
That's another,
Yeah. So many factors.
And kept it on the market for a little bit longer than it should have been. So all of these factors are at the end of the day going to result in a price reduction for the buyers. So there's still opportunity for buyers, even though we're talking about a lot of multiple offers happening.
Yes.
We also have some great news where we're getting in first. So we just did a deal in Westboro on a townhome, and fantastic opportunity came up in Westboro. Buyers got in quickly. They got the offer in quickly. And I think that's probably was really beneficial because once the offer came in, all of the other buyers wanted to.
Didn't want to compete.
They didn't want to compete. They wanted
Scare
to
them
keep
away.
looking.
Okay.
Scare them away.
Yeah, so being first in sometimes is really advantageous.
Yeah.
Coming in with a strong offer.
Yeah.
First off, we still have conditions. You always want to protect the buyer as much as
If you can,
possible.
then yes.
Bring the conditions in and make sure everybody is happy at the end of the day.
Yeah.
Yeah. And so also there was another property. It was a cottage property. And we all noticed that one. And I had buyers that wanted to see it but couldn't see it in time. Anyway, they had an offer date for yesterday, listed at $399 on the water.
Wow.
And it was a great property.
And that's on the Ontario side. So,
It is, yeah. So it seemed like it was a little underpriced for
Yes.
where it was and what it was.
Yeah.
But it was interesting to see. So I was in touch with the agent, and they got 2 offers. And they ended up selling for asking price, so $399,900. But I noticed that the date was June 20th for the closing date.
Okay.
So then we thought, okay, it must be trying to beat the June 25th
Capital gains.
So there's our segue.
There's our segue. You're welcome.
Yes.
Take it away.
Well done. She came to play. Okay, so let's dive into the recent proposal of capital gains changes. So first of all, it's really important to note that selling a primary home does not trigger a taxable cap gain. So if you're selling your primary home, this change won't affect you. What a capital gain is, it's the difference between an asset's cost, so what you bought it for, and its total sale price, so what it's sold for. An asset could be a cottage, could be an investment property, could be a stock or a mutual fund. And what's interesting is that the 2024 budget proposed an increase to the inclusion rate from 1/2 to 2/3 on capital gains above $250K per individual. So for the first $250,000 in capital gains, an individual taxpayer would continue to pay tax on 50% of the gain. And then for every dollar beyond the $250K, 2/3 would be taxable.
Yeah.
So that's significant in changes, and it will definitely affect some people. But what's also interesting here is the budget also proposed to tax all capital gains earned by corporations and trusts at the 2/3 rate.
Yeah.
So this news is not great for a lot of people. We're seeing it trickle down into the market where buyers are savvy to this. They're negotiating prices and quick closing dates, which is
Before
It's happening.
June
essential
25th.
before
Yeah.
June 25th. We've been dealing with that lately. And then we'll take a look and see what actually happens on June 25th.
Yeah, because it hasn't passed yet, as we know. So we'll see what happens. But pretty sure that that'll be going through. We just don't know what changes they're going to make.
Exactly.
Yeah, it's not finalized exactly.
Yeah. And I found a few things that were interesting about some questions that people were asking. So one was, what can I deduct from capital gains on property? So basically, just like any investment property, but you can deduct any renovations, transfer taxes, legal fees. Those can all be deducted from the proceeds from capital gain. And then someone else asked, what is the 6-year rule for capital gains tax? A lot of people may not realize this, but as long as you move back into your home, your second residence, within the 6 years or before 6 years, then you can avoid capital gains. And then how do people know? How does CRA find out?
How do they find
How
out?
do they know that you have to, you owe capital gains? Well, your lawyer. It's through the transaction, so your lawyer files something.
Yeah.
So you just cannot hide that.
Okay, well, there's the goods on your capital gains.
Yeah, we
That's
promise you.
interesting. I wasn't aware of the 6 years that that you could move back in and then defer the
definitely
capital
good to
gains.
know.
It's
Yeah.
good to know. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Whether you're in the market to buy or sell, chances are you'll find yourself either hosting or attending showings. In today's episode, we're diving deep into our tips and takeaways segment, focusing solely on everything you need to know about showings.
Yeah, so both buyers and sellers will become acquainted with the RICO information guide that details everything you need to know about working with a realtor and representation agreements.
Yes, so you may have noticed that your real estate agent really does need you to sign this RICO information guide, and also the BRA. The BRA is something.
The bra.
Oh, yes.
What's the bra?
I need you to sign our BRA because it's the buyer representation agreement. So basically, it tells you everything that we can do for you. We can sign it for the short period of time just for that property, but it allows us to show you the home.
Okay, so let's get into some buyer do's and don'ts on showings.
Yeah, buyers have a lot of questions about that. A lot of times they've never been to see homes before. So the first one I would say is do have a pre-approval before a showing.
Definitely. When you're in the showings, do be careful of what you say. There could be cameras or listening devices in the home.
Yeah. And if you really must, Do use the bathroom. You can.
Uh-oh.
Okay, that's a constant question we get asked.
We need to stop here and
Yes.
discuss.
Yes.
We do.
Yeah.
This is a topic.
This is a topic. So, bathroom etiquette. When you're seeing a few homes, you gotta go sometimes. Yes, you can use the bathroom unless the seller has strict rules or a sign up saying, please don't use the washroom.
Right.
Or if it's a vacant home and the water's not running, you better test it first.
Run the faucet first.
You can definitely use the bathroom if needed. Just be respectful and keep it the way that it was.
Do wear easy on, easy off shoes, and please take the shoes off when you're showing in the home.
Absolutely. And do not eat inside the home. Don't eat. Yeah, for sure. No food inside.
But do bring snacks and water for the car ride, especially on multiple showing days.
Good plan.
Yeah. And do watch your kids. Please make sure that they're not touching everything in the home. They're not jumping on the beds.
Mm-hmm. Do open the cupboards. Do check the fridge. But don't drink the milk from the carton.
Yes, we had a terrible story. It was in the States, thank goodness, not here.
Yeah.
But somebody was caught on camera drinking from the carton.
Yeah, the sellers weren't pleased with that.
No.
So don't.
So don't.
Don't do that. Don't smoke outside or anywhere near the home.
Mm-hmm. Don't take photos and don't take any video of the home.
And please don't cancel last minute. If you've booked a showing, the sellers have taken all their time to make sure that it's ready and they're very excited that you're going. So make sure you don't cancel last minute.
And do drive by the neighborhoods that you're interested in. One step further, you can Google Earth the locations and the homes that you're looking at and get a lot of information before you go to the homes.
That's the best.
And I think I would end with do be excited. It's so fun looking at homes.
Absolutely.
Definitely.
Yeah, it
Those are
is.
great
There's
tips.
nothing like it. Those are great tips. Well, for us, if you're a seasoned seller or if this is your first time selling your home, these tips can make a big difference in making your home appealing to potential buyers. So we have a list of those too for sellers as well.
Yes, we do. So first thing, do turn on all the lights in your house, including lamps. Good lighting makes so much the world of difference. And also make sure to open up all of your curtains and let in that natural light.
Yes.
Yeah, so do keep your toilet seats down in all your bathrooms. It's a small thing, but it helps maintain a tidy appearance in the bathroom. And speaking of tidiness, make sure to take care of any smells. Odor control is crucial. Bad smells can be a huge turn-off for buyers, any kind of scents and aromas.
Yes, definitely. And also, if it's a last minute showing, just make sure you have a bin handy to throw in all of your clutter, put that stuff away quickly, and just do a quick sweep or a mop to get that fresh scent in there. So just make your home look its best without spending hours cleaning, but just a quick Swiffer.
And do always accommodate showing requests. So never turn down a showing if you can help it, because you never know which showing is going to bring in the right buyer.
It's true. And if you have pets, especially dogs, do make arrangements for them to be walked or taken to a doggy daycare during showings. This not only prevents any pet-related disruptions, but also makes your home more appealing to potential buyers who might not be pet lovers.
Do step outside if you're working from home and there's a showing. If it's okay to just step outside and come back in a little while. Or you could take your dog for a walk or run an errand or anything like that. So it's important to leave the property and give the buyers some privacy and space to explore comfortably.
Yes, absolutely. And also keep the temperature at a comfortable level, never too hot or too cold. It's very important.
So do have some extra information, some seasonal photos available in your home for buyers to see, and extra information about the home. This can help them visualize what your home looks like year-round and provide additional details that they might be interested in.
Those are great tips.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
I love those.
All right, so let's talk about local now. This week we went to, the four of us actually went to this fantastic Lebanese restaurant in Barrhaven. It was located in the Longfields station. It was so fantastic. It's called Phynicia Restaurant, and it was small and quaint and beautifully decorated. And girls, what did you think?
Like we were transported to another country. It was amazing.
Isn't
I
it?
can't believe the decor. And I've walked by it so many times, and I never noticed it.
I know, same with us.
We
never
had
noticed.
we just sort of stumbled onto it one day, and then we've been fans ever since.
The
Yeah.
service is outstanding.
I was just going to say that.
So
Yeah.
warm.
Welcoming, warm. You
Yeah.
do feel transported when you arrive there. And I have to say, the food.
Oh my God.
The food is over the top.
I think we tested
For
a bit of
Mediterranean?
everything, eh?
We
just
did.
sampled
We
little
ordered,
bits of
we
every
ordered way
sample.
more than we needed.
And it was Instagram worthy, the way they had it presented too. Not only did it taste good, but visually it was just beautiful.
It was excellent. I still remember this pillowy, soft bread coming out of their oven. And as it came to the table, Corey's eyes, as I'm talking about it, are lighting up right now. And Corey's eyes, she dove for it and she, one bite. What was the comment?
This is better than any man.
It was better. It was
And I
good.
think
It was
she
that
took
good.
some home.
Yeah, and then she took it home. And then
Get home.
No, it was amazing.
So, it was great.
But it was a wonderful restaurant. The service
Yeah.
really great. So we're going to attach some photos to our social media about our experiences there, and we're also going to put the link to the restaurant into our social media and our show notes as well. So please do stop by. It is a local
Highly
business.
recommend.
Even if it's just for a coffee, I have to say.
Oh, the coffee
If
is
you're a coffee lover, like
The Turkish coffee. Oh
we
my
are,
goodness.
and especially if you like espresso,
Yes.
this is coffee that you don't add any cream or milk to. It is
The flavor.
incredible. The flavor is incredible. It is an experience in itself.
Don't miss this one, guys. Definitely check it out.
Yeah,
Yeah.
agreed.
And as we're winding down our podcast today, I just wanted to let you all know we have one listener.
Oh my God.
Mary Brunton. Thank
Hi,
you
Mary.
for listening.
Shout out to
Thanks,
Mary.
Mary.
She wrote us a lovely email and said congratulations on the podcast and asked us to cover a few things, which we're hoping to do in the coming weeks.
Wonderful.
So thank you,
that.
Mary, for writing to us and for listening.
Yeah, and none of us know her. It's not a family member. I just want to point that out.
It's not my dad.
That's fantastic. So before we wrap up, let's take a moment to manifest your dream home. Close your eyes and envision your ideal home. Maybe it's a condo with a beautiful view of the sun setting over the Ottawa River. Or perhaps it's a lush backyard with gardens and trees where your puppy and children can run freely in bare feet. Take a deep breath and step inside. Sunlight streams through large windows, illuminating your warm and inviting home. The kitchen is a hub of activity where delicious meals are being prepared and shared with family. Now open your eyes and remember, manifesting your dream home is just the beginning. Take action today by subscribing to our podcast for more tips, insights, and inspiration in your journey to finding and creating an ideal living space. And remember, your dream home is closer than you think. See you on the next episode.
Thank you for tuning into She Sells Ottawa. Remember, manifesting your dream home starts with believing it's possible and taking those steps towards making it a reality. If you enjoyed today's show, don't forget to hit the like button, follow us for more great content, and subscribe to stay updated with all our latest episodes. Until next time, keep dreaming big and happy house hunting. Tequila. Tequila. Whether you're in the market to buy or sell, chances are you'll find yourself either hosting or attending showings. In today's episode, we're diving deep into tips and takeaways. Oh, that's okay. I'm like, oh.
I can't recover that one.
No, I can't.
I missed a word in it. There's no way.
There's no way we can recover that. No, I tried. I'm like, I can put a word after it. No, it doesn't work. No.
I'm with you.
Yeah, you saw that? Okay.
Oh, me.
I get breathing.
Somebody fan this.
I know.
Yeah.
Literally, it's so hot in here. It's the coffee.
It's
it's
getting
coffee.
hot
It's
in
the
here.
coffee.
So take off all your clothes.
Okay.
It's getting hot in
It's my
here,
coffee.
so take up all your clothes.
Okay. Okay, here we go. Okay, I'm gonna try this again. Okay. Okay. We're recording? Yeah.